We have some breaking news out of baseball where the Los Angeles Angels have hired Ron Washington as their new manager. That is the latest from our MLB insider Jim Bowden. The 71-year-old spent 8 seasons as manager of the Texas Rangers, leading them to a pair of AL pennants before stepping down in 2014 and then later becoming a coach with the Atlanta Braves. He's going to take over an Angels team that hasn't made the playoffs since 2014 and could be facing a future without Shohei Ohtani. And getting a look at the MLB manager carousel that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. The Angels now hiring Ron Washington. Still a couple of openings that are out there around the league. The Brewers still need to replace Craig Counsell. The Padres and the Astros also have manager openings. And we have our former World Series champ Will Middlebrooks here with us on HQ to talk about this hire, the Angels hiring Ron Washington. Will, we were talking about this off camera. This is a guy who is beloved by players. What is he going to bring to this team with Mike Trout, with Shohei that just can't get over the hump and get to the playoffs? What does he bring to the table?
Fundamental baseball. I mean, he takes it back old school. I know he believes in analytics. I know he knows the role they play in today's game. But he takes it back to square one with a lot of these guys. And if you look at their roster, they're probably not retaining Shohei Ohtani. They do have Mike Trout, who could take a few steps up. Staying healthy is a big key for him. I think he knows how to play the game at this point in his career, and he's proven that. But they have a young roster, and you bring in a guy like Ron Washington, who is known to be one of the best teachers of all time as far as a coach goes, and he brings over a lot of experience. I mean, he was a manager at Texas there, 07 through 14, won 2 pennants in back-to-back years. He won a World Series in Atlanta as a third base coach. He's a lifer, right? He played the game. He's been in the game for such a long time. And I think something really cool to look at is like when you watch him interact with other teams' players. Pete Alonso, this is the memory that is spotlighted in my mind, is during the All-Star game last year when Pete Alonso is, normally these guys are out hanging out with their buddies they never get to hang out with because they're on other teams. Pete Alonso's at first base working with Ron Washington, working on picks, working on angles to balls, taking advantage of an in-rival coach during the All-Star game. So that just shows how much he means to the players around the game.
And I kind of want to double down on that. He is 71 years old. We just saw that list of accolades there. He's going to be the oldest manager in baseball. But just what does that say about Ron Washington that the Angels want to bring him in at this point in his career when he is 71 years old, Will?
Yeah, he loves to manage, and he had some personal issues where he had to step away from the Texas Rangers in 14. He eventually got back in the game as a bench coach or a third base coach, an infield coach. And I think he wants to end his career as a manager. And this is a good opportunity for him to get in there and continue to do what he loves to do with young players. And that's get down to the nitty gritty, the fundamentals of baseball, work with them behind the scenes during BP and really teach the game to these guys. Because the Angels GM said, look, we look to compete in 2024. We're not going to rebuild. Well, Mike Trout's on your roster. You're not going to ship him out most likely. We know you're not going to get Ohtani back. But you never want to say, yeah, we're rebuilding. But let's be honest. The Astros still have their core. The Texas Rangers, who just won a World Series, are pretty much returning just about everyone, especially in their lineup. So they're going to be just as good. I don't see them competing in that division. So if you do subtly rebuild, this is your guy you want with your young base of players, whether you're developing them at the big league level to trade them or whatever case it may be. He's your guy to teach young players.
And Will, I know you've said it, they're probably not going to keep Shohei, but we are, right here, MLB, the free agency period kicked off on Monday. Is Wash the guy out of anyone that could potentially convince Shohei to stay?
I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, I think Shohei at this point in his career is ready to go win. Whether that's the Dodgers, whether that's the Giants, the Red Sox, I don't know. I don't think it's the Angels. I think they had all the opportunity the last couple years to show him, hey, we're here, we're going to try to win, and they haven't done it. They've yet to build a team around him and Mike Trout. It's not just him there, right? They have 2 of the best players to ever walk this earth on one field in one uniform, and they can't win. They're in 4th place. They're 73 and 89 last year. That's not even close to 500. So I don't think there's any possible way, no matter the number on the check, that Ohtani goes back to LA.
All right, Will.
As an Angel.
Yes, okay. Will Middlebrooks joining us here on HQ as we're talking about that breaking news out of baseball where the Angels have hired Ron Washington as their new manager. That is the latest from our MLB insider Jim Bowden. You see it there highlighted. Still have 3 openings there. The Brewers, they got to replace Craig Counsell. Bob Melvin needs to be replaced with the Padres, and Dusty Baker calling it a career. So we have to fill that managerial position with the Astros as well.